Hello, hello, hello. I just got off of work and I'm so excited that I'm still in the parking lot, y'all. I'm still in the parking lot. I had to come on here and record this really quick. Let me turn this AC down. I had to come on here and record this really quick because I really want you guys to know what happened to me today. God is so good. God is so good. And when you like take out all distractions and you just meditate in his word day in and day out, he will talk to you. So many people are missing messages, signs that God has put in your life because you have too many distractions. So because I'm just always just waiting, I'm waiting hands and feet for God and everything. Today I'm at work. It was hectic today at work. I come in and there's 9 holes on the schedule. Today is the 16th. It's a Sunday. And you know how it is. Trying to get somebody to come in on a weekend. Ain't happening. But, like I said, I just went. I put my AirPods on. And I just put on some YouTube. Listening to some gospel. Trying to set the mood. Like, listen, I'm not going to let this situation mess up my vibes. So I said, listen, we're gonna work what we work with and get the job done. So once I finish my med pass, right, I'm moving too fast. Right before I finished my med pass, I was listening to TD Jakes live. Today's Sunday, so it was service. I've never listened to TD Jakes live. I've always catching it after it's already been recorded and things like that. So today I'm listening to TD Jakes live, his recording today, his Sunday service, and right after my med pass, I was like, I was so thirsty. I was like, I need to go get me some water. So on my way leaving out, my boss stopped me, so I had to take the AirPod out, and I'm talking to her. So I get in the car, go get some food, go get my water, and on my way coming back, something said, turn it back on, listen to it. But I was driving when it came to me, and I was like, I told myself, no, I'll listen to it when I get home, once it's already recorded, and I'll sit down and just listen to it. Something was just on my spirit. Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. Lord, let me tell you, y'all, I had to write. I wrote all my notes down on a physician order sheet at work, because this is how it really was. So I turn it on, and when I turn on the sermon, the first thing this man says is, the Lord will fight for you. You hold your peace and remain at rest. That's Exodus chapter 14 verse 14. Now, for all of you who are new to my channel, if you look back 3 or 4 videos consecutive, back to back, I have been preaching Exodus chapter 14 verse 14. I have even so many videos titled Holding My Peace. So I knew right then and there, like, this is why the Spirit was like so adamant on me about listening to this sermon. So I just started screaming in the car. I'm like, ah! Like, I just love when the Lord be speaking to me. I really, really love it. Like, I really am grateful, because in the Bible it says that many never hear my voice, many don't hear from me. So it's good when God is sending you signs. Like, really don't take it for granted, because there's so many people who, like, they begging to hear from him, and he's turned his back on them because of whatever their ways or whatever reason why he decided to part from them. So when God is sending you signs and God is talking to you, please take heed. Please take heed. Me, I love it. I go crazy, y'all. I go crazy. So when I heard TD Jakes like preaching, as soon as I turned it on, wow, it was like, I was like, oh, I knew it was for me. I said, oh, this is for me. This is for me. Okay. All right. So I ran into the job, got me some paper. So while I'm doing my charting, I'm writing down everything he's saying. It was a live video, so I was unable to get the title because it's not titled yet. He usually, once they go in and they edit it out, then they will put a title. But I know it's a series. It's a series, and the series is called Praising in the Wilderness. Something about the wilderness, but this is part 2. That's all I can tell you. This is part 2. And today is July 16th. So for anybody who wants to go look for it, That's as much as I can tell you about it. But anyway, let's get into it. So these are all the little notes I put about what he was saying. So he was like, God had Moses in the wilderness practicing with the stick. You remember, he was like, taking a stick and casting, making a serpent, and then taking it back, and how healing the leprosy and things like that. He had Moses already in the wilderness before he got to Pharaoh, already practicing. And he was saying, in the time, it makes no sense. So in that moment, it makes absolutely no sense. But in eternity, to God, it makes all sense. So, of course, I'm going to stop there. And so, of course, I always think about my situation. You understand? Because obviously, I'm not in the wilderness with a stick. But God has me here at this job. And like I told you, like, as bad as my flesh wants me to leave, I still be obedient, and I stay in this job in this season, because I believe in my heart that God don't want me to look at the negative of the job, the fact that we short-staffed, the fact that some of the staff hates me, their races, and all these other 101 things I can tell you. See, God is saying, don't focus on that. I want you to go there and get what you can get out of it, as in learning how to be a leader. And when you have a team that's against you, learning how to work and under pressure, because God knows me. Y'all don't know me. But just a little background about me is, I'm the type where, listen, I change my jobs like I change my drawers. I don't be like, listen, if I start working at a place and I see that you are requiring more than what you're giving, I will leave. That's why I've been an agency nurse for the last 2.5 years, because I will go to a place. If I'm feeling it, I'll come back. If I'm not, I'm gone. I have learned to protect my peace and learn to not let these facilities try to drain me, because they will do that in the healthcare field. They will drain you. So I took this position, and it comes with a lot. And if I was not with God, I would have been left a long time ago. But because God is telling me to stay, he's saying, where I'm taking you, you're going to have to be a leader. You need to learn now how to be a leader. Learn how to be a leader with all different personalities, with all different walks of life, with all different opinions. Learn how to be a leader under pressure. Learn how to be a leader when you have everybody against you. Learn how to be a leader. And then not only learn how to be a leader, but even in these moments, learn how to hold your peace and allow me to fight the fight. Woo! So when he was saying this, when he was preaching about Exodus, and he was like, for all y'all sitting over here twisting y'all neck, want to pop y'all tongue, and talking about me, because I'd be quick to try to put somebody in their place. But I'm learning that where I am going, I'm a billionaire. I'm a businesswoman. I'm going to own multi-million-dollar businesses. Successful. I am black. I'm everything that they said that couldn't be doing this. So God is teaching me how to, one, represent myself and to represent him. I can't come saying that I'm a child of God, cussing people out. I can't come like that. So in this job, I'm also learning how to walk away and allow God to fight the fight, because a few times I wanted to go and clap back, but I had to learn how to, one, bite my tongue, shut my mouth, because let me tell you something. One thing about me, I'm far from perfect. I can admit my wrongs. I can admit my flaws. That's part of healing. That's part of changing. You have to admit that there's something wrong. And I know that's wrong with me, because I listen, I have zero tolerance. But I need to learn that in this world, there's going to be many people that's not going to agree with me. There's going to be many people that's going to have an opinion about me. There's going to be many people who's going to come against me. There's going to be many people that's going to be like opposition. You understand? I'm going to have so many different, like I said in many videos, I'm going to own so many multi-buildings, like apartment buildings. I'm gonna have tenants from all different walks of life. I'm gonna be dabbling in all different type of business deals. Like, I'm gonna be involved with so many different people that look like all different shades of color, all different nationalities, all different type of languages. I need to learn how to deal with people even when they're not agreeing with what I'm saying. Even when I need to learn how to deal with people and learn. And then not only that too, because here they were lying on my name, saying lies about me and all type of stuff. And the old me would have went cussed everybody out and try to make a point and fight my point. I need to start learning too how to give my battles to God. And in this position and in this season that God has me in, that's what I'm learning. I'm learning how to walk away. Like today, for instance, coming in, seeing that there's 9 holes, 2 nurses. We were short 2 nurses. We were short 4 aides, and and instead of like allowing the staff to overwhelm me or let the situation overwhelm me, what I did was I put on my gospel music. I got in tune with the Holy Spirit, and I just said, God, just give me strength. And we got through today. We got through it. Yeah, we sweat a little bit. We might have been a little short, but at the end of the day, God pulled us through. And that is so important that I just need to take that with not just only with work, with business, at home, with my children and my marriage, and everything that I do in life. Learn that I need to start letting God fight the fight for me and stop trying to take things in my own hands. So anyway, I'm kind of like dozing off, but that is kind of like what I got from this sermon. So moving forward, what else he was saying? He was saying like this is practice. Whenever God gives you, like, so he was basically saying, whatever is in you, God will make you practice from a young age. So he was talking about how like when you are called to do something and when something is for you, you will start seeing signs from a young age. So he was saying how when he was younger, 8 years old, he used to be in a basement and he used to be downstairs practicing preaching. Now look at him today. And I just sit back and I just wrote that down because I was just like, this is something that I need to go and meditate on and think about when I was younger, because there's a few traits that I see in myself that I know I did when I was younger. But anyway, that's for me. Then he said, he was going on saying, it is dangerous to go, so he was saying it is dangerous to go against someone God is trying to use. So he was talking about King Pharaoh. You see how King Pharaoh was going against Moses. God sent Moses to King Pharaoh to tell him to set free his people, and King Pharaoh refused to. And you seen how God had put lice, boils, killed his son, turned the water into blood and things like that. And it was just a sign. Like, it just why I wrote that that specific statement that he said down is because I bring it back to Exodus chapter 14 verse 14 about how let God fight your battles and take peace and hold your peace and remain in rest. Is because I sit back and think, when you come against God, okay, you see how God, and this is something he said too, he said, you see how God hit him with lice and boils and things that he or his army could fix. And that just made me think of something that I always used to say, let the revenges be God, because there is nothing that you can do that God can times 10 it. Meaning that whatever you think that you could do to that person, God outweighs it. So that's why it's just best to just walk away and let God do what he do. Like, you get what I'm saying? If Moses did not come with God, Moses could have never turned that water to blood. Moses could have never got that close to Pharaoh's son and killed him. Moses could have never brought the lice and the boils and all. Moses could have never did that. So it's always good that whenever you find yourself in some type of differences, let's just say differences with somebody, it's always best to give it to God and let God do what he feels is fit. All right, so that was one. I like that one. And then remember, I was trying to work and listen to this and write stuff down, so I didn't get to write everything down, but I just wrote what stuck out to me the most. And so at the end of the sermon, I'm gonna go home and listen. After I take a shower, I'm gonna go home and listen to it, because when I tell you it was good, I'm making sure this lady don't hit my car. It was good. It was good. And at the end, right, this aide asked me to help her put a patient in the bed, so I had walked away from my desk. But as I was walking in the room, TD Jakes was saying, like, calmly, he was ending the sermon, he was like, bring his people to him, bring his people to him, he just kept saying it. When I tell you, my spirit today, y'all, like, I don't know if anybody have ever felt this, when you have, like, you're listening to the word, you meditating on the word, you praying to God, and like something inside you is just jumping. Like, today, I tell you, like, something inside of me, because I'm at work, I got my patients, I got family and stuff, but something inside of me was like, like going crazy. Like, what? I was loving it, because when he was saying, bring him his people, he just kept saying, bring him his people, it made me think. Yesterday, I was sitting with my son, and I was talking to him about these ideas that came to my head. So I was like, I don't want to, like, because God has given me all this money and stuff, I have a heart of gold, and I don't need to explain myself. God knows who I am. He knows what he's doing. That's why he gave what he gave to me for a reason. And so with that being said, I was like, I want to do something for my people, like, especially my people back home, and I was like thinking, what can I do, so I was sitting here telling my son, it was just an idea. I said, I have a Snap. I don't care for Instagram. I don't care for Facebook. I don't have no Twitter. I'm not on none of them at all. But I like Snapchat. And so, I got like 1,300 followers on my Snapchat. So I was like telling my son, I was like, I think one day, like, after God gives me the money and I get myself settled, and after speaking with my accountant, and I said I would love to have my 13 followers, because majority of them is from back home, and I said I would love to have like something on my Snapchat, like a game where I give them something, but instead of just giving people money, I said I would love to like play a game where I come on there and say, this was one of the first games I said I was gonna put. I said the first 10 people who can not copy and paste, but who can send me a recording of them saying the 10 commandments, I would give them, I was like, 1,000, maybe 5,000. I was looking into how much you can transfer with Cash App, because I don't have a Cash App, but I got Zelle and Venmo, and I was seeing like how much you can send in a week, and I was thinking like every week, like the first 10 people, boom, that's $50,000, just to let them know, and the first 10 people who can send it to me, and not only type it, I want you to say it, and then every week do something like that, like, okay, the first 5 people who can tell me, okay, what Moses did. These are just questions I'm throwing out right now, but obviously I would take some time and think about it and put it. And the purpose of this is because I know that out of 1,300 people, maybe 10 of them really is with God, and maybe there is more, but there's not too many people walking with God. But people love money, and if I can at least try to, like, because they're gonna have to say it, they're gonna have to read it, they're gonna have to, and if I can try to make them, like, bring them close to God and read the Bible and things like that, why not? So I was thinking this. So I was telling my son I will do it for like 2 months, right? I'm not gonna accept no friend requests. If you're already not following me on Snapchat, I'm not accepting no friend requests. The people who's there is there. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start off with my 1,300 followers. 1,300, that's it. I don't want no new ones. So after 2 months, right, this is what I was saying. Whoever I see participating, like if I see somebody constantly, even if they don't win, because like I said, I'm not going to give everybody. I might have the first 10 people, the first 5 people who inbox me this with the answer and it's correct. Boom, you get the money. So if I see somebody that is always participating, I'm going to pick 20 people in 2 months. After 2 months, pick 20 people that I see that's participating, that I see is doing the work. And I'm going to hold a Jeopardy's game. like a Bible trivia or something like that. And I'm gonna have 2 teams. I'm gonna split them up 10 and 10, and we'll do like a Jeopardy and talk about the Bible. You know, they can't have their phone. All they hear is the Bible in front of them. And I ask, they pick up, you know how Jeopardy is, and and it just gets people to read in the Bible, because a lot of people do not. Let me tell you something. In this walk with God, I am so amazed at how many people do not know the Bible. And I'm talking about people who go to church, been in church for 20 years, 30 years. They do not know the Bible. Nobody reads the Bible. Everybody just thinks just because you go to church and you look good and you pay tithes, you with God. No, you have to read his word. And not only read his word, you have to apply his word to life, to your life. Every day you wake up, you have to apply his word to life. And because I love God so much and I love his word and I know how much his word has changed me, I want to like try to get as many people to him. And so when I heard him saying it, he was like, y'all need to just watch the video for yourself. But anyway, he was like, bring his people to him, bring his people to him, bring his people. And I knew right then and there, it was just like my spirit was like, you on the right track, Brittany. You on the right track. Like I said, these are just thoughts in my head of just things to do, because like I said, I could just take his money and go flex and make videos on Snapchat showing off my stuff, but that's not the type of person I am, and that's not why he's giving it to me. He's not giving it to me to go and take my money and go show off in a Chanel store. He's not taking me to go take my money and go show off. Meanwhile, God still wants me, like, even though he blessed me, I'm still working for God, and I still have to bring his people to him. So like when I was speaking of this to my son yesterday, and then after I hearing this today, it was just confirmation that yes, that's what I want you to do. Like, I feel like God was saying, yes, Brittany, yes, that's what I want you to do. Like, and so it's like I said, it's just an idea, but that is something that I want to do, like with my Snapchat followers, like, not on no other, like I said, just Snapchat. I don't really care for all them other ones. Instagram, I had Instagram, it had me so distracted. I was waking up looking at the shade room before I even check and see if my son was alive. I can't do them things. Like, it's too much distractions for me. I like Snapchat because I can make a video, post it, just like here. I can make a video, post it. I don't have to look at nobody else. It's not as much temptation as it is on the other one. So I'm gonna stick with my Snapchat, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like every week come on there with like something. Like, if you can tell me why, go in the Bible, find me the verse to why God looks upon people who like do stuff for people and talk about it. So they will have to go to Matthews, I think it's chapter 6, but they will have to go and find me the verses, send me the video of them speaking it, stuff like that. Or I might have one day, I might go in here and say, hey, what is commandment number 7? The first 3 people who can send me a video telling me what commandment number 7 is, I'll give you $1,000 a piece. Boom. Things like that. Or if you come, like, things, just asking questions, just getting people to read the Bible, getting people to indulge in God. Like, you get what I'm saying? Getting people to, like, because people love money, so they're gonna do it, and at the same time they don't know I'm using them also to open the Bible, read the word, and things like that. And then in the end, I just got off track too. I was telling y'all about, so I was gonna have 10 people. I was gonna have in 2 months, whoever I seen participating the most. Like, it doesn't matter who wins the most. No, it's about who is participating the most. I was going to pick 20 of them, a group with 10. I was going to split them up 10 in 2 groups, and I was going to have the trivia game. And whoever gets the most points in the end, they split. I'm going to give them $1 million to split. So that's $100,000 a piece. $100,000 a piece, and I'll still give the other group. I haven't decided. I was telling my son I can't let them like walk away empty-handed, but I will definitely give them something as well too. But that's just something that I was thinking of. And so when I heard him saying, bring my people to me, it was just like God saying, wow. Like I was just yesterday telling my son that this is what I wanted to do. So yeah, y'all, it was, I'm just hype. I know people probably ain't gonna be as hype as me, but I am so hyped when I hear God's word, especially when it's something that I was thinking to myself, and then when I hear like a prophet or pastor or somebody say the same thing, it'd be like confirmation to me, like, you know, because I'm always praying for God to talk to me. I'm always praying for his sign. I'm always praying like, God, please show me, you know, you hear and things like that, because in the walk it does get lonely. It does get lonely. So that's it. And then anyway, I want to say this part too. So I was so I had to go look up that, you know, the verse about let the Lord fight your battle, hold your peace, and remain at rest. I forgot. I was like, what part of the Bible is, I forgot the verse. So I went to go on my Bible app, and when I turned on my Bible app, it said, you shall win. Amen. Yes, Lord. That's the thing. I be claiming everything. I love God, if y'all ain't know. And so it said the verse in like prayer today was the verse of the day was, is anything too hard for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Genesis chapter 18 verse 14. So when I was sitting there, and it just made me think that no matter what you go through in life, no matter what you want, no matter what you ask God, no matter how big the fight is, no matter how big the giant is, no matter how anything, like no matter what you may think in your head as impossible, or somebody else might sit there and say you can't do it, no matter what, nothing is impossible for God. And so that just this reassurance that like what I'm going through, bring it back to Exodus chapter 14 verse 14 about letting God fight my battle. Bring it back to that. There's no battle, there's no person, there's no war that is too big for God. So tying all of that in, it's just this confirmation that, Brittany, hold your peace, keep searching for me, keep looking for me, keep your eyes on me, and let me worry about what's going on behind you. That's what I got from it. I love God. I want to continue spreading his word. I want to continue making these videos, because I truly believe that somebody will be touched by them. I pray at least that you guys just even go and find this video from TD Jakes and you can hear it for yourself, because I'm telling you, it was like at least 2 hours long, and I'm only talking for 27 minutes. I didn't even touch on half of what he was saying. I'm gonna go home and look it up myself and go listen to it myself, but I just wanted to come on here and tell you that, you know, the blessings is near, God is close, and keep believing in him, keep your faith, keep praying, pray for your enemies, because I was just yesterday on a Sabbath, I sat with my son and I watched I was watching the movie Fallen. And I was teaching him that sometimes we look at movies and we look at them as entertainment, but these movies be having messages in them. And if you guys don't know about the movie Fallen, I think it was back in 1988. It was made with Denzel Washington. He's like the star character. Excuse me. And it was about just like how spirits going in and out of people. And I was just teaching my son how it is so important to fill your body up with the Holy Spirit. Keep yourself filled with the Holy Spirit. Keep yourself filled with the Word. In the Bible, Jesus said, you cannot live off of bread alone, but on the Word of God. And I was teaching my son that, and you know, because he's a kid, And I know me, you know, sometimes you just need to show it to them visually, you know, versus, you know, hearing it. And I was just, you know, just showing him, like, you see how spirits can come in and out of you, but it can't come in, but it couldn't do it with any and everybody. But when you are an empty vessel, meaning that you just living in the world, you like a robot, waking up, getting up, you just living in a world with no purpose, without God, you are empty. You are, I forgot, in the Bible it says something about, I gotta come back, somebody go look it up. In the Bible it says something about these type of people. He said something there like a wash tomb or something. On y'all go, somebody know, somebody drop it in the comments what they said about empty people, like they're like dead something or whatever. But anyway, I was talking to my son about it, and I said, you know, that you need to fill yourself up with the word. Like, you have to be filled with God. You have to have, I have this, like, I have something in me, that urge for him. Like, I used to love to drink. I used to love to smoke cigarettes. I have channeled all them desires, all them habits towards God. And that's why you see I get so excited about hearing certain things, because I have learned to, like, depend on him. I have learned that this was not, like, this is something you learn. This is something that you want. You have to want it. You understand? And this is what I want, because I have walked with Satan. I have lived a sinful life, you know, and I know that that is not the way for me. I've been down the big broad gate. I have been burnt. I've been lied to. I've been cheated on. I have been everything done to me, and I know that it's not for me. I've lived that life and I was never happy. No matter how much I drank, no matter how much I sat there and partied and laughed and giggled for the moment, everything was always for the moment. Since I've been with God, it's just a long last of love. Everything is for life. It's eternal. Everything is just for the eternity. Like, he's just a God with longevity. He's a God that is so forgiving and kind and loving, and I can go on, and this video will be for hours, but y'all get the gist. For all my people who love God, for all my people who would stop everything for him, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know that feeling you get for him. You know that feeling when you've been thinking of something in the back of your head, and then all of a sudden the Holy Spirit just go and drop a gem on you, like today, boom, and it's just like clarification that he's just letting you know you on the right path. You know, we serve a good God like that. You know, he don't stare us down the wrong path. He want us, he paves the way for us so we can do right, so we can be successful and things like that. Like, man, I can go on and on. I need to go home. I'm still sitting in this parking lot. But I love y'all, and please go find that video by TD Jakes. It's a series of In the Wilderness, and this was part 2. July 16, 2023. Please go find that video. It might be for you, because it was for me. Love you.